To me, freedom means that I can go to the school that I go to with an equal education as my peers that don't have the same color skin as me. To me, freedom means that my ancestors worked hard for me and persevered peacefully so that I can live my life full of freedom.
A tapestry of freedom spotlighting faces, feelings, and histories of freedom permeated the Gail Borden Public Library from February through May 2008. During February's Black History Family Fair, the camera was rolling to capture what freedom means to me from people throughout the community.
The Tapestry of Freedom has been a magnificent exhibit that has engaged our community in so many ways. Having over 40 organizations partner with the library as well as 100 individuals really showed how it captivated the imagination of our community. We have had an average of 75,000 people a month coming to the Gail Borden Library to see the Tapestry of Freedom exhibit. There's so many components, and it can engage the interest and curiosity in so many different avenues.
As the banners above the cabin displayed, Tapestry focused on women's history, cultural diversity, Black history, veterans history, preservation, and Abraham Lincoln and the Civil War.
Elgin area is the perfect place and perfect backdrop for this particular project, Tapestry of Freedom, because of all the diversity, all the different cultures, races, ethnicities. Particularly, one of the things I liked was the Black History Festival, in which 4,000 people from the community attended. 4,000 people of all ages, races, cultures, and so forth, very representative of the Elgin area. The section where the children were asked what freedom means to me, and I was amazed at how deeply the children thought and how they were not taking it for granted. It really means a lot to them. As an educator, I was impressed with Tapestries of Freedom because it gave an opportunity for dialogue to take place that needed to take place in a non-adversarial setting, and that I observed myself. And also as an educator, I thought that the project offered a lot of teachable moments for both children and adults alike, for all of us to learn and understand where each of us is woven into the tapestry.
This project was funded through an LSTA grant, Library Services and Technology Act grant, that is actually administered from the Institute of Museum and Library Services in Washington, D.C. The LSTA money then is distributed through the Illinois State Library.
Many of our community people don't even know that we have so much to offer, especially to adults. Mainly people think that, my community think that this place is for our kids to come and get resources and things like that. But you know what, when I found out that that's not true, so I would love to be able to expose this facility to my community and let people know that this community is for everybody, not just for the children. The event of the tapestry itself, I thought that the purpose of that is to promote the harmony, the unity and respect right here in our community of Elgin. For my community and as Elgin community as a whole, I thought it was a great start, and I think we should keep going, and I can't wait until next year.
Collecting stories through digitization and what we call digital storytelling was a very important component also of a Tapestry of Freedom. It's in this way that we can collect the stories and preserve them for the future of the wonderful heritage of our community members. And then through our Veteran History Project, the telling of the experiences that our veterans had during World War II or Vietnam War, Korean War, that will be now preserved forever and is such a marvelous learning experience.
The impact on our students that were involved in the Veterans History Project was one of I was just absolutely astounded at the reaction of the students and how they really got into interviewing the veterans, and after they got over a little bit of their initial nervousness, they were able to ask the questions and do just beautifully. And I think that the veterans learned to trust the students, and they felt comfortable exchanging information with them and telling their stories.
The first interview was a little shaky because, well, it was the first interview, and you know, getting to know the person first, you were a little cautious of, you know, what to say to them because you didn't know like how they were going to react. My reaction towards Mr. Schnelly, the Marine from Iwo Jima, was that he obviously had a lot of bravery in him, because, you know, to be on Iwo Jima, which was obviously one of the worst and most horrific battles of the World War II, took a lot of courage, bravery to get through, and, you know, that he saw the capturing of the 2 airfields, the destruction of Mount Suribachi, all these things was truly amazing to me.
The favorite story that I have to share would have been a student that actually wasn't involved in the interviewing process, but it was after we had done the interview. It was the very next day. My students came into class, and I had a chance to talk to them about the process. And I asked them, you know, what their feelings were about, if they had any questions or any comments. And one of the interviewers, one of the persons interviewed was Benny Chapman, who had been in Vietnam. And Benny had exchanged with the students that he never felt like he really had a homecoming, and that coming back from Vietnam, since it was not a popular war and there was so much protest, that he never felt like he was regarded in any way special for his experiences in Vietnam, which were horrific. And this one student made the comment that this Benny Chapman was his hero, and he just was flat out his hero. And in exchanging that story with Benny Chapman, he let us know that he felt that that was his homecoming when he heard that.
During March, the library honored the women of today and their leadership role in Elgin by having the portraits of the women who had received the YWCA Leadership Awards throughout the last 2 decades. It certainly generated a lot of interest as our visitors, our customers coming into the library and gazing upon the portraits of these women who provided such great leadership and helped to develop our city. A unique component of this grant was for the library to partner with other organizations in publishing the book, Elgin, A Women's City. Authored by E.C. Elft, this book highlights and tells the story of the important role that women played in the development of the city of Elgin.
I'm so incredibly proud to be part of the Tapestry of Freedom project, especially as the co-chair of the Diversity Committee. It was really wonderful getting the whole community involved in this important project. More and more the Hispanic community is getting to know what the library has to offer, and they're particularly pleased that the literature is available to those few people who don't yet know English. The community was really excited. Some of the projects and programs that were put on were so wonderful, and the children and the old people and the working people and the intellectuals in the community, everybody from the Hispanic community got involved in this month-long project called Cultural Diversity Month.
A very inspirational story was relayed to me by one of the supporters of our library when he brought his grown daughter here and with tears in her eyes expressed, "This library is the great equalizer." And when that was told to me, I realized everything that Abraham Lincoln represents was told in that story, that the library doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, can read English or cannot read English, or you are new to the community or have been here for a number of years. You come into this library and you are able to express your freedom, your right, your privilege to read, to learn more, to self-educate yourself. I think the library can be a catalyst for harmony, unity, and respect in our community. I think it is our goal that the threads of our tapestry are woven throughout the community, and the library can be at the forefront of making this happen.
I can sit on the bus anywhere I want to. I can go to school with all colors. I can go to a library and pick out a book that I want to. I can voice my opinion and be heard. That's what freedom means to me.